Alright, boys and girls, we were just inspired by a book that talked about all the different colors of the season, right?
It needs to do it all by now.
All the different colors of the season. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to take that inspiration and we're going to make a really colorful outdoor tree. Now tell me, friends, who can raise their hand and tell me what shape you think of when you think of a pine tree, evergreen, fir? I love the way you're raising your hand. What? Tell me what shape. Yes, triangles, especially if we squint our artist eyes, right? So go ahead. Right now I want you to close your eyes. So I want you to picture a pine tree. You're out on a walk. It's a winter night. The moon is full. And you walk past a pine tree or evergreen or a blue fir that is covered in twinkly lights. Colorful twinkly lights. Take it deep.
Good afternoon. I'd like to make a quick announcement about our giving tree. As of today, we have...
Whoa.
Not sure if you heard that, but we have 127 items. So thank you to everyone who has brought something for the giving tree. And we're still taking things next week, so bring your food items. Thank you.
Awesome. How appropriate. The giving tree update. Well, we are talking about making trees, artists. Okay. You're going to have a glue bottle. You're going to have an assortment of colors that are in long lines. We're going to use lines. Go ahead and show me a vertical line. Horizontal. Diagonal. Wavy.
I'm going to make it like this.
I want you to go ahead and I want you to write your name on the top and your class code. Okay? Now, today's art project is going to be a little bit like a puzzle. I want you to lay it out before you start gluing. I want you to start with the trunk. I want you to start with the trunk at the bottom. Thank you for being good listeners and sitting quietly. And then I want you to think about how you're going to use these lines to make the shape of that tree. Know that you can overlap. Go ahead and say overlap. Overlap. So you can overlap. You are going to have a variety of colors, right? And I want you to think, some of them are different lengths, but for the most part, they're all very similar lengths. And it's almost going to look like we're doing some weaving, friends. It goes. Yes, if you have questions, please raise your hand. Now, friends, is this starting to look like a Christmas tree? Or a pine tree? Now, we created some overlap and some weaving in here, right? It almost looks like some weaving. Now, what you're going to do, once you've tried it one time through, you'll go ahead and you'll move those lines, and you'll get to create it one more time. So, a practice time, okay? Your name is on the top. When we use our glues, hold steady at the bottom. If you are a distance learner and you're doing this at home, you're going to need to pre-cut those strips, or you can even tear them. You can use old magazine paper or newspaper. It does not have to be colorful just like this. You can do the same idea using recycled materials at home. Okay? Glue is very helpful. Repeat after me. A dot is a lot. A line is just fine. A lake is a mistake. I need to give credit to all those people that taught me those sayings over the years. One of them was Mr. Polson. One of them is Mrs. Mose. I don't even know where I heard the other one. But did you notice how I didn't put the dots too close to the edge? What would happen if I put the dots too close to the edge? When I press it down, because we always put the glue on the smallest piece of paper, what would happen if I put it too close to the edge?
It will kind of like squirt out.
It would. It would squirt out. So go ahead and count to 5, Mississippi, for me.
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi.
Good. We can stop at 5, Mississippi. Then, because we've got these nice long strips, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do a dot there. What happens if I got way too much down here? Could I do an artist trick? And could I go like this? Yeah, and I shared that glue. Let's go ahead, hold that down for 5, Mississippi. Make it nice and flat. 5, Mississippi. Good job. Okay. Am I going to put a whole big line on here? Nope, I just want you to do a dot. We don't need a lot. Okay. I'm overlapping. Do you see those two overlap? 3, Mississippi. 4, Mississippi. 5, Mississippi. Now, pop quiz. Have you had your artist eyes on? Am I going to go on this side, side A, or B next? B, good job. I'm going back and forth. I'm alternating, right? Alternating is a big fancy word. Going back and forth between the two. Okay. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. All right. And that one, it's close. Oops. If your strip gets a little short, you can still make do with it. Okay? Here we go. Uh-oh. Okay. No, that's okay. I think this will help. That short one is throwing it off. It does take a little bit of time, but it is worth it. Okay, so boys and girls, when you get your strips, are you going to practice first? Yes, you'll practice first. Then you'll be able to glue them down. This time I guess I put them a little closer together than my first practice one, but that's okay. Ta-da! What do you think? Okay? Then, boys and girls, your last step, you'll come up to me after you've made on the top a dot that's going to represent a star. You get to go ahead and make a dot, okay? With the tip, just go ahead and drag the lines out. I don't want it very thick. Just drag those lines out and make 5 lines. I don't want a lot. I don't want you to keep squeezing. I literally made a dot and I moved the lines out, right? How many lines did I make from it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's going to happen is, then when you come up to me, I have a glitter station all set up. Okay? That's a lot of glitter, right? So look at this. Abracadabra, what a wazoo. It looks like I made a star at the top of my tree at the zoo. Boys and girls, are you ready to make your very own overlapping tree? All right, let's get your materials handed out.